Okay, I think we are live now. So hopefully y'all can hear us okay. It is November the 27th. And first and foremost, we hope that everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Um, if you're watching this back later, yes, we're live now, but we may have to respond to your comments later on. I totally forgot about the house having all this echo, and we're using the laptop mic today to keep from making things a little crazy. So if the sound sounds a little off, y'all let us know, but we'll try to talk toward the laptop and maybe not echo as much. I can go grab them little mics, but since we're inside it at it, figure that we needed all that for the wind and everything else like we typically use them for. So hopefully y'all can see it's okay. Here's okay. As y'all can see, yes, we're in the house. We're not outside. So speaking of Thanksgiving, again, hope everybody had a good one. We have had family here since what, Thursday, off and on. We had 12 people here yesterday. Big get together. Got done late last night. So no cooking in this episode to go ahead and let everybody.
Done cooking for the weekend.
We have more leftovers than we know what to do with. We're having to freeze food and figure out all these scraps right here. Oh my goodness. So we don't need to cook for a couple of days the way it's looking right there. So no need to cooking tonight just to be more wasteful with food. We don't believe in wasting food at all if we can help it. So my goodness. So let's read a couple of these comments. Hopefully we sound okay. I see a few people saying that. Hopefully the new mic there sounds all right on the laptop. Let me go ahead and turn on so I can see all comments. I hate that YouTube does that. They only do top chat. Then you got to go in and turn on all the comments.
Does it do that?
Yeah, I bet your phone's doing that too.
Oh,
see, top chat. I don't know why it does that. It keeps us to where we can't see everybody's comments. There you go.
Chat.
Hmm.
I never realized that.
Yeah, so thanks, YouTube. So, by the way, we need to let everybody know that if you're watching this back later or right now, for some reason YouTube defaults to top chat. I don't have a clue what top chat means, but there's a little button you can click down there to go to live chats right beneath the video itself, and you're supposed to get absolutely every single comment there. I know a lot of people like really getting involved with the community here and reading everybody's comments, and I keep forgetting to mention that, so I don't know why it does that at all. Oh, so excuse me. I am so full. I'm full. I'm tired. It's been a long weekend. I just seen somebody commented that they have went to their fourth Thanksgiving get together. Oh my goodness, I know the feeling. We actually
probably a few pounds heavier.
Oh yeah, well, 'tis the season to get a little chunky, right? But we actually started Thanksgiving get-togethers last Saturday, so we've been doing this for a solid week now. And somebody said they're Thanksgiving out. I read that earlier too. I was like, I kind of know the feeling. Super thankful, so much to be thankful for. As far as all the running around and eating, I think I'm done.
Well, Christmas is right around the corner. We'll do it all again.
Just as soon as you get all this eating and uncomfortableness behind you, you know, your stretchy pants somebody was talking about, here comes Christmas and you do it all over again. Then you get miserable again. Then everybody's with them New Year's resolutions. Oh, I'm going to eat better, do better. Yeah, right. All right. So if this is your first time on a live stream, hey, we're going to do it a little different tonight. Typically, we're outside. We do a little cooking at the end, but due to this being a holiday weekend, we're keeping it a little more low-key inside, and we're going to, probably keep this a little short tonight, too, because I'm beat. I'm absolutely beat. Y'all know how it goes on these holiday weekends. But if you're new, one of your first time visiting right here, by all means, drop a comment. If you have a question about a video or just our lifestyle or just a personal question, whatever it may be, ask it. We'll do our best to catch as many comments as we can. Obviously, we can't catch them all, but don't be afraid to ask it again in a few minutes. And let us know if you're new as well. We'd like to say hello. We have an awesome community of people here. And thank you to all the moderators that's constantly looking out as well for good and sometimes spam comments that tend to happen.
By the way, how's Cash feeling?
Cash says he's going to be running a little late.
Okay.
Cash is doing much better.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Cash wasn't feeling well last week, so I've been checking on him through text message. But I think he said he's going to be a little late tonight. He's out doing some grocery shopping right now, so we may or not catch him depending on how long this live stream runs. So let's see what else we got here. So Harrison says he's watching from his deer stand. Hopefully you have the phone turned down. That's
everybody still finds time.
I know.
They're hunting.
I know. I'm sure some people are like, you're not supposed to be in the deer stand doing this. Mr. Jimmy does it all the time. But hey, I get it. It helps pass some boring time, right? But sometimes just hearing the birds chirp and being in nature isn't enough. You've got to have a Kelleys Country Life live stream in your life. Totally understand that. Well, so Harrison, thank you for watching from the deer stand. Yes. And he says his cousin just got a big buck over around this area. Huh. wonder if it's one of the pictures that's been flying around that everybody's been sharing, like a monster boat, like 180 something inches, which is just so extremely rare for Florida. It's insane. But that wasn't taken too terribly far from us. It's just a freak. I don't know where the heck it come from. It's not typical for our state at all. Let's see what it is here. So Jeff says, I saw the video tour of your trailer today. My gosh, that was tiny. You guys are troopers for doing that for 3 years. So yes, that's the camper that he's talking about. We're still picking up some new people because of the house series too. And that video is still doing halfway okay. I'll get weekly comments from it, but yeah, for all the new people, this is our property. We built our house. We've developed our own property, and we lived here for several years in a old pull behind camper while we developed all this. And we are so thankful.
We are.
We are so thankful during this Thanksgiving season.
It doesn't get old getting in that shower and just going,
we have a house.
I can put my arms up.
Yeah, still the shower is probably my favorite part of the house after coming from camper living. Having a real shower.
Pretty small shower in our
we
last
had
house
the
too.
Probably at the last house, but the camper had the smallest shower they make.
Camper by far.
Oh my goodness, I ain't never seen one so tiny. So very thankful during this Thanksgiving season to have a house. So yeah, funny you mentioned that. So I see a couple people jumping on. We'll have to mention it a couple times through the live stream. Miss Lee asks, "Is Tiffany cooking?" No,
sorry,
Miss Lee. If you could look in all 3 refrigerators that we have. The one in the shop, the one in here, and the little mini fridge outside.
I don't think I have to cook for the rest of next week.
No, we'll
have turkey sandwiches one day, ham sandwiches one day. Mm-hmm. I mean, the list goes on.
And about 15 sides, it seems like. We hosted our Thanksgiving, Tiffany's family Thanksgiving here yesterday. There was 12 of us, and there is so much stinking left over.
We had 30 pounds of meat. Well, I mean, that includes the bones and the turkey.
Yeah, but we cooked 30 pounds of meat, a big, like almost 16-pound turkey. I smoked that, my first time ever cooking a turkey.
Amazing.
It did turn out pretty good. The flavor was still good today, too, left over.
It was really good. He did a really good. You didn't film it, did you?
No, I didn't. Yeah. Too much going on yesterday with, hosting for family and all.
Did a great job.
So yeah, we got ham, we got turkey, we got piles of sides. No point in cooking tonight because we've already got more food than we know what to do with. We ain't going to be eat all this up before it goes bad. So we'll probably be doing some handouts and some other stuff as well. This is where we also need us like a hog pen and everything else. So go throw some scraps and turn it into some meat right there. So sorry, no cooking tonight. 'Tis the holiday season. We'll probably do this again around the Christmas weekend or whenever we have our big family Christmas because we always wind up with so much food. There's just no point in cooking on the live stream itself there. So Miss Ramilla says, now the veggies. Yes, we had cabbage yesterday. We had broccoli yesterday.
Zucchini
squash and zucchini.
Green bean casserole.
Beans, yes.
I think that was it for the veggies. Maybe?
That's a ton of veggies.
Yeah.
We had a lot of green vegetables.
And we did vegan cheese and everything because my sister-in-law has an allergy to dairy. So it was a little bit better eating.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, other than everybody's plate was this big and mounted over, and at the end, everybody's doing the miserable, oh, why did I eat so much? And then, of course, there was tiramisu and strawberry cake. And, oh, my goodness. The list goes on and on and on. Deviled eggs, you name it. We just had so much stuff. It was just insane. But we had a good time nonetheless. So, yeah, everybody, what are you cooking tonight? What are you cooking tonight? Sorry. There you go. We'll spoil it. We'll have to mention that again in a minute as a few more people jump on. So, let's see what else we got here. Crystal says she got some chicken noodle soup in front of her. I wonder if it's cold up there where you're at. That may be good. I'm personally not a big soup fan. Kind of never really have been, other than broccoli and cheddar soup. There's something about that. I like it. I really like it. And your taco soup, which is kind of more like a chili or something else.
Right.
You haven't made that in a while, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I kind of got burnt out on tacos and chili.
Well, next cool snap, let's just try to squeeze it in there one night. Let's see what else we got. So Mike says Ruger is going to miss you not being outside. So Ruger was just in the window a second ago going, yo, guys, what's up?
So miserable.
Yeah. Now, with that said, Ruger got an all-day attention yesterday. There was more dogs over here. He was pooped, wore out, run himself absolutely ragged till the wee hours of last night. He had him a busy day yesterday, but we just went and tossed him a fresh rib bone out in the yard, and he's out there enjoying that right now. But yeah, he was literally just in the window a minute ago going, hey man, don't y'all typically live stream outside? Yeah. What's going on? Now, with that said, it's a bit windy outside. We did a bunch of entertaining out there. We still got to clean up the whole space, even though we did a lot of that today. So we just thought we'd move it inside for this particular live stream. But we'll kind of get back to business as usual next weekend. At least I think we will. Right? We've got. I don't know. We've literally got get-togethers, birthday parties.
I might personally be out of town. I don't know.
Okay, we've got tons of stuff going on. Literally every single weekend and weekdays for the rest of the year, we have stuff going on. Now, a lot of it's local. We'll still be back home. Some of it may be where Tiffany has to leave for a couple of days. So live streams are going to be interesting all the way through January. We're just going to have to kind of figure them out. We're going to do our best to be here every weekend that we can. We're just going to have to look forward at our schedule to see if we may have to cancel one or two. Can't think of any offhand, but we'll talk about all that later. Let's see here. Jimmy said it's way too windy in North Carolina today, or he'd be in the stand. It's not horrible here, but we had that front move through about 6 a.m. this morning. We got a half inch of rain, which I was so happy to get, and it started clearing up about 11 or 12. This has been the longest stretch I can remember in recent memory that we just had no sun. It's been overcast, gloomy, spitting rain for days, just that light and misty stuff that doesn't really do anything other than just dampen your spirit, so to speak. So I'm so happy to actually see the sun back out today. Now it's cooling off a little. Finally, it's been so muggy. So we're looking forward to it. But yep, as you said, wind is part of that moving through there. All right, let me get you a couple more comments here. I'm way behind.
I know Chris didn't like my cheese comment.
What? Vegan cheese party over. Hey, at least we still included cheese. Chris, we had to make some changes for somebody that actually has.
Actually wasn't bad at all.
I thought it was good actually. The macaroni. What was the one meal I said I liked even better?
My squash and zucchini.
Squash and zucchini. That's right. She put that in there. I was like, you did something different, and I normally love your casserole. I was like, I like this even better. Now, with that said, yes, we're going back to good old regular cheese, but we had we had a family member that is not allergic, but has lactose problems. Can't handle a lot of the milk and cheeses and things like that. So, it's just what it is. You got to accommodate, just like people have to accommodate me all the time whenever we go out to dinners and meals for shrimp and lobster and crawfish. So it's just the way it is. We all have little allergies and things that bother us. Let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, so Shane says they cooked 4 turkeys. He's going to be canning for days. We're going to be doing some more vacuum sealing, and we need to do that with leftover ham and turkey. We'll pull it back up.
We need to vacuum seal that ham. I got a big old bone in there with all the meat on it and everything.
Yes, I've been wanting to vacuum seal. I always love keeping ham bones whenever we do meals like this. And then one of my favorite wintertime dishes, I only really crave it one time a year, is a big old ham bone in a pot of like some lima beans, maybe with some Mexican cornbread on the side. Oh, I just love a ham bone and ham chunks falling off in a bean soup or something. That's right. What'd you do? Like a 7-bean soup, or what'd you call it?
15-bean soup.
15-bean soup. I don't think it's truly got 15 beans in it.
It's got a lot of different beans in it. I think it's 15 beans.
That's a good soup too. So yeah, now we get to play with some more stuff. But yeah, it sounds like you're canning a lot. We just happen to vacuum seal everything. That's kind of the way we preserve here. Oh, let's see here. So Miss Lee said they had 15 people over, and even though they took leftovers home, still had a fridge full. Yeah, everybody kind of run off last night without making a plate. And I guess
they all had so far to travel.
They did have a long ways to travel. A lot of these people, like your sister, went all the way back to Miami this morning, and apparently the traffic is so horrible today with everybody traveling. It sounded like it took her not twice as long.
6:30, between 6 and 6:30.
Yeah, I don't think it took her twice as long to get there, but many hours longer than normal, just because the traffic is insane out there with everybody on the road. Oh my goodness! So that's one reason I love to host here. Y'all drive over, y'all drive home.
Especially after that big meal, it's like, okay, let's go.
I don't want to have to go doing all that traveling if I can help it. So we'll see how all the next get-togethers work out there. Oh, what else we got here? Everybody's talking about leftovers and food and everything else. Oh my goodness. Jake said their brother's boss gave everyone a massive turkey, 23-pound turkey. How do you even cook a 23-pound turkey? That would take like 10 hours to cook or something, or longer. Ours was almost 16 pounds, which I thought was ridiculous. I'm used to like a 12, 13 pound.
How you did it, what you call it, spatchcock or whatever?
Yeah, I spatchcocked mine, which really speeds the process up. It still took quite a few hours. I couldn't imagine a 23-pounder. Oh my goodness. You have to start baking that the day before everybody's coming over.
Right.
Let's see what else we got here. So let me go ahead and catch Josh with a generous donation there.
Thank you.
Appreciate you so much, Josh. Thank you for the donation for some freedom seeds.
Yeah,
So
we need to check see if there's any Cyber Monday sales or anything.
I guarantee you there won't be on no ammo.
Yeah, no.
No, nobody ever wants to put that stuff on sale. Speaking of Cyber Monday sales and Black Friday sales, it's been, I don't know.
For us, it wasn't
It's
that
pitiful
great.
this year. I couldn't even really find a sale on a good coffee maker. We need a coffee maker, like nothing. This is the most pitiful sales I've ever seen. I literally wound up buying mosquito spray at 50% off and some work jeans. There was a killer sale on work jeans. Like, we didn't really buy nothing fun.
Yeah.
It's been a horrible shopping
We
season.
just got our necessity things.
Not that we needed to spend the money anyways. But Josh, thank you so very much there for the donation. I can promise you I'll be buying some freedom seeds here before long. Probably the next time I swing by Academy, and that'll get used up. So we appreciate you so much. Let's see what else we got here. So Jody says, how big Ruger's gotten. It's not a puppy anymore. Our family that showed up here yesterday. So her sister was here just 3 weeks ago and stayed with us. And she was blown away whenever she got here Thursday and seeing how much Ruger had grown. Like, everybody that came yesterday was just like, you've got to be kidding me. He's already like a full-grown dog right now. Y'all seen him on this last video. He can jump up in the Ranger now, jump right out. He's just went from a little puppy like this.
I was going through my pictures today. I was like, oh my
I know. I was scrolling back through some pictures the other night too from just a few weeks ago whenever I got him a couple months ago. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Just this cute little puppy. Now he is like an adult dog. This is insane. And oh my goodness, have I been flying through the dog food as well. Bag after bag after bag.
Yeah.
This joker's eating like a horse. I'm talking several bowls of food now. And he ain't getting fat either, but he's getting muscled up. His hair, his coat looks so good, but he's growing like a weed, y'all. Absolutely growing like a weed. Let's see what else we got going on here. So Jeff wants to know how the lumber prices are here compared to when you were buying for the house. Quite a bit better. A lot better. That doesn't sound proper, but who cares? I don't speak proper English anyway. 2x lumber, it's really reasonable here. Now keep in mind, I haven't bought none in about 3 weeks, but that's close enough to compare. Like 2x8s, 2x4s, 2x6s, all that stuff is really reasonable, like almost back to pre-COVID prices. Plywood, still very expensive here, way higher than it should be, twice as much as it should be. OSB has dropped dramatically, not back to pre-COVID prices, but about a half or less, almost a third of what I paid for it whenever I built the house. So if we were building right now, all the lumber would be considerably cheaper. However, with that said, appliances are through the roof. Your HVAC stuff is absolutely through the roof. Anything steel wise is still extremely high. Steel typically follows lumber though, but it's really dragging this time on dropping much. So lumber good, everything else still just crazy, which I haven't went out and priced sheetrock and all this other stuff because I'm not building a house right now. But I'm very thankful to see the lumber down because I have a lot of lumber projects coming up. And we're going to start right behind these stairs. Okay, I have missed so
you're
many.
way behind.
I am way behind. But just scroll on down and catch a couple of these comments here. So, any new information on Mr. Doug? Been praying for him. Appreciate you bringing that up. He is not supposed to. The last he told me was he's not getting another checkup, and some good information. I think until this coming up December. Later, it'll be a few more weeks basically before he has another appointment. So he's in good spirits. The last update he had sounded positive for some things that he's got going on medically in his life, but he's not going to get another legitimate update is my understanding until well into December. So if he gives me any kind of update or information on that and he's okay with me passing it along, I'll absolutely pass it along because he 100% appreciates all your thoughts and prayers. Yeah, I was thinking about him just the other day as well. I'm trying not to bug him to death because I'm sure he's got plenty of stuff going on, but I do like to weekly, a couple times a week, especially when I know he's got appointments, or every couple of weeks, reach out and get some information, especially since all y'all are constantly asking about him so much. So I do appreciate, and he definitely does appreciate all the people that's thinking about him and praying for him. So thank you so much for asking there. So Miss Rebecca says she's got a package she'll be shipping us on Thursday.
Awesome.
Thank
Okay,
you so
thank
very much.
you.
And I've got to get my butt up to the post office. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't make it up
Oh,
there at all last
gosh.
week. So if anybody's seen anything, I apologize. We did
Yeah.
not make it to the post office last week with all the
Yeah,
family and
you're gonna have to
holidays
go
stuff we
this
got
week
going
because
on.
I'm not gonna be able to go by there either.
Yep. So we'll
Yeah.
get up there and get that checked out. Now, if you're shipping something out Thursday, chances are we're not getting it till the following week.
Yeah, maybe we'll just wait till the end of the week and then go by there.
Yeah, next time I'm just running to the hardware store or something, I'll try to remember to whip in there. So thank you for that. Whatever
Yes,
that may
thank
be,
you.
Miss Rebecca. Actually, you may have told us and I may have
Yeah,
already forgot.
yeah.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, Miss Lee, thank you very much. It just popped up in front of me as I'm scrolling down trying to catch some more comments.
Yes, thank you, Miss
Extremely
Lee.
generous, extremely generous donation there. She said, Grapple Fun. Hope you had to be able to get one soon. So Miss Lee and everybody else is asking about that. I am kind of behind the scenes working on something.
You've been saying that for a while,
I
but
know.
we're actively.
We are actively working on
Yes.
something. I will tell the whole story whenever this thing does or does not officially happen. I'm not working with a company or anything like that. It's kind of a wild story, but I am actively pursuing trying to get a grapple for the tractor. And we had something come up completely out of this person's control that kind of really delayed me potentially getting one, but we're back to working on that, checking a few things. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen one way or another. I'm hoping this route works out because financially it's going to be so much easier on us working with this other person here versus going out and buying a new grapple right now, which is still thousands upon thousands of dollars before we even get to the hydraulics. And that's something we can't dive in just yet. But if we can go this other route, we can make it happen. So I'm actively pursuing that. Thank you so much, Miss Lee. You're
Yes,
always
thank you.
so stinking generous. Really do appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Thank y'all so much for that. It means the world to us. Oh, let's see what else we got going on here. So Dino says missed the start, updated with Ruger, but how are the chooks? Maybe that means chicks. We're going to say chickens. We're going to say that's what it means. And veggie garden doing. So this is the first year. Oh my goodness! In years upon years,
Lots of years.
yeah, since I can remember that I did not plant a fall garden. All the projects we had going on, the outdoor kitchen, trying to get these stairs and railings up for the holidays because we knew we were going to have company coming in and staying with us. All that took 100% priority, and I just never made it out there to cleaning up the garden and prepping it, getting ready and doing a fall garden, which typically my fall gardens are very small anyways. You're talking cabbages, broccoli, cauliflower, stuff like that, and I miss growing it. Now, with that said, I didn't even tell you. I did find one Black Friday.
I already seen.
Okay, she already seen. I did
I've been
find
snooping.
one Black Friday deal that I'm extremely curious about. So we may be growing some stuff here very soon. I'm going to do a video on it. I don't want to spill the beans. Something I have never in my life tried, and I'm excited about it because it's going to be kind of an experiment and an introduction for me to this. And if it works, well, you know me, I'll dive into it and go bigger, much bigger.
Oh, great.
So we may have some veggies and something coming up here before long.
Start small.
Yeah. As far as the chickens go, we may be going to have us a video coming up here before long that some people are not going to like. Just the cycle of life and the way the world really works. So, oh, we're live. I can't edit that out. Tiffany said I gotta wipe my nose. Y'all know what that means. Somebody else trying to join the party. So with that said, long story short, we have our chickens are pretty much adults now. They're huge, especially the roosters. They're gigantic. And it turns out we have 4 roosters and 3 hens in a very small coop, and it's not working out, if you know what I mean. We already knew that was going to become a problem.
Yeah.
So the way a farm, a homestead, and the world works, well, we're about to be thinning the herd, so to speak. And we'll include a video for anybody who wants to be a part of that process. It's natural. There's nothing wrong with it. We know that's the way it works. I know my animal loving wife here is not going to be happy about it, or see the look on her face.
I understand.
I know, but we're compassionate. We have feelings,
me.
but it's time to thin the herd. We're having lots of fights, lots of problems, and I'm very worried for our 3 small hens that we have. Lord, I wish we had more. We're going to be short on eggs for a while, aren't we? But we're going to hatch out some more chicks here before long. Chicken coop's about to start as soon as I'm down the stairs. But long story short, we're going to have a video. We're going to take care of a couple of roosters to cut down on the space issue that we're currently having. And most importantly, the fighting, the male dominant stuff, and you know what happens whenever they're all fighting over hens. The hens wind up taking some beatings with some of this as well. They're all healthy. They're all good. There's just
they need some more space.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't matter how much more space we had. You can't have 4 roosters in a coop.
A little bit more space.
Yeah. So we got too many mean personalities going on out there, and we'll be taking care of them. But they're all healthy. Don't get me wrong. We'll have a video on that here before long. Just the way the farming world works, so to speak.
Yeah, and somebody just made a comment too, which I know it's kind of down your list a little bit, about them being in the veggie patch, you know, letting some of the roosters in there. And I thought about that because I let one out the other day. Did we tell everybody else?
Yeah, she let one out the other day while I was finally went hunting. After all y'all telling me, get out there and go fishing, hunt, and enjoy yourself. Finally talked myself into going hunting. And then I get a text.
Yeah, he's like, you take care of the animals this morning, let them out. I'm like, no problem. I'll get up, let them out. And I went out there and I opened up the top, and the biggest bird that we have that we call Big Bird jumped right out. I was like, oh, great. So I'm out here running around before work, trying to get it back in, trying not to let the other ones out. And I was just like, forget it.
Texting me, ruining my deer hunt. Now I'm like, should I stay in the stand? Should I leave? I mean, it's just after daylight, prime time. I'm enjoying myself. Birds are chirping, squirrels are going around. I got otters running around in front of me. I'm actually seeing deer. And I'm like, Big Bird's going to have to fend for itself for a little bit. But I come back up, coaxed it right in with some mealworms. But long story short about the running around the pen and vegetable garden, we have so many huge, and I mean gigantic owls here. So many huge hawks. We have bald eagles here. Just because they're behind a garden fence, that'll help with the raccoons and foxes and everything else. It is not going to stop the birds of prey.
We don't want nothing else to harvest them. We want to be able to.
That's right.
Put a lot of money into them and
time and everything else. So there's no question in my mind if I put them out there in the garden, well, there's no netting or nothing up top, and that would be very expensive to net over the whole garden. We're going to lose some birds. And right now we've only got 3 hens, which that will give us eggs here. They should start producing some around January, hopefully, about the time they're in the new coop. But we don't want to lose any because we're going to have to hatch some right behind that. And then we're, 6, 7, 8 months away from them producing eggs before we kind of get our little chicken flock where we want it. So we're going to be very cautious and safe with the birds that we do have, because I definitely don't want to lose no hens. Now, we're going to lose a rooster too. That's going to happen. That's guaranteed. Oh, what else we got going on here? Yeah, Larry, good guess, Larry. Says, I'm going to guess that the mean rooster's about to become dinner. There's a couple of them about to become dinner.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. It's the way it works. Yeah, Sharon says, are you sending the rooster to freezer camp? I forget, people keep mentioning that. Freezer camp. Yep, he's going to freezer camp. Actually, probably going straight to pot camp.
We're going to cook it fresh. Like, if we're going to harvest it, we're going to definitely cook it fresh.
Probably so.
Might do some chicken parmesan, like one of our favorite meals with the rooster. And
we'll send it off good.
Yeah.
Just the way it's going to be. Oh, let's see what else we got going on here. Chicken pie. Now everybody's original extra crispy. Now look at y'all.
Original extra.
Everybody going crazy now with these cooking chicken stuff.
So what's your plans this coming up week? What's your
stairs, without a doubt. Now here's the thing. I worked on railings quite a bit last week, and I have the majority of the railings complete as far as metal work goes. But I'm about to start on the biggest railing of the week tomorrow. It's going to take me a couple of days. Then I have to move into, I'm capping the railings with wood caps, wood handrails, and then I have to sand and make all that and poly coat it. So you're still talking another week's worth of work. Here's where the problem lies. I still don't even know that I'm going to get you the final stair video out this week because cat air fly. Rain. They're calling for more rain this week, another front moving through, and that's going to completely ruin my painting and poly coating and outside work. That's a big part of this week. With that said, I have some cool videos coming up. I know I've been kind of not posting much the last week or so. Holidays and a big project's going. It's just kind of the way it always works out. But I've got some really cool videos coming up too. I've got a major issue going on out at my deer blind. We're going to do some fun stuff out there, actually. We're going to take care of an issue, and we're going to do a couple of very fun things. I'm going to try to get that video in this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What else? I literally sat down and made a list of about 15 things over the last couple of days So we're gonna do that. We're gonna try to get a stair video out, and I have one or two other things that I'm kind of waiting to either pick up or come in to determine if I'm gonna make another video or two. But ultimately, the focus this week's all about the stairs with a couple little random projects thrown in, so I'm at least getting some content out. I have ran completely out of content with these large projects. It's just the way it goes. Typically, most channels that do big projects like this post one video a week, maybe one video a month.
You try to hustle to push them all.
I try to. It is very difficult when you're having to work 4 to 5 days on a project to produce one video. It's very hard to get out multiple videos during the week. Now, with that said, I'm sure some people would rather wait for a quality DIY video than multiple videos, but then there's plenty of people out there that want to see what's going on with the chickens and, small little plug-in random videos, what's going on around your place, because y'all are all just as heavily invested in this place as we are as far as just the projects, the growth of it, the emotional side of things. So we totally understand that. We'll continue to get that content out. And we may have a rooster cooking video this week too. I don't know what's going to happen this week with all the leftovers.
Yeah, someone said maybe cook it on the live stream.
Well, we can cook it on the live stream. We can't take care of it on the live stream.
No.
We'll have to see. We'll have to determine what meal we're going to come up with. I don't know. We're going to have to see. And actually, I have never harvested it and ate chickens directly out of a, home raised. I'm always used to store bought, so I have no idea if they're going to be much leaner, kind of like typically home raised stuff is. And
or even how big the breast will be.
Yeah, I mean, they look huge with all the feathers, but I know as soon as we harvest one, there's probably not going to be as much meat there as it looks like. Probably look like I don't know. Maybe I might actually do like a beer can chicken or spatchcock chicken on the smoker as well.
Yeah,
I'll play around with that. I'll research what's the best recipes for a lean home-raised chicken. Some of y'all may already know a good recipe as well. We're not big into fried chicken or anything like that. We don't really fry much food, so I'm probably going to count that one out. So we'll see what else we got going on. Let's see what else we got. Dang, several people just jumping on. Well, welcome everybody. Sorry to disappoint y'all. We're keeping a relatively short live stream tonight. No cooking. We just had a lot of family coming to town. We did a huge get together yesterday. Tons of food left over. I'm talking, I bet we got 15, 20 pounds of food in the refrigerator, meats and casseroles and everything else. So absolutely no cooking tonight. But welcome to the live stream, the people that just jumped on. So, okay, Larry asked.
Yeah, like Larry's.
When I plant some of those freedom seeds, will you be posting that on your other channel? Larry, yes. I've actually already been recording content for the other channel, thermal content for the people that's interested in that. I don't have enough yet that I want to release that video, but that is a video I could potentially get out this week, depending on. I do want to do a thermal update because that video has actually been very popular on the other channel. Quite a few thousand views, a lot of comments, and some people are asking for some updates on that. May try to get that video out by the end of the week. But yes, I already have been doing some of that freedom seed recording. And as far as the regular hunting, if you're asking about that, I carry cameras with me every time I go.
Just hasn't had any luck yet.
Yeah, no luck yet, but I've been seeing stuff. I literally had 20 turkeys in front of me the other morning. I had a huge spike come out in the field. Like, it was actually legal, but I'm just not harvesting a deer that small because his antlers were so long. They qualify here. I've caught some deer making some scrapes on camera. I caught otters running through a swamp on me a couple of different times. That was interesting. Sitting on the edge of a swamp, and I'm thinking, I hear water splashing. All right, here comes that big buck I've been waiting on. We're about to put some meat in the freezer. And it's packs of otters just running everywhere. And then a little bit later, here comes another pack of otters. I'm like, what's going on out here? So I've been recording the content. That's going to get included in the video one way or another because there's some pretty cool stuff. But every time I go sit, I've always got cameras with me without a doubt. Cash finally got on.
Yeah.
Welcome, Cash.
Your grocery shopping.
Just get here when you feel like it. So Steve says, Rooster, how are you going to take care of it? Probably the guillotine method, as you're talking about there. That seems to be.
Yeah, I was hoping you weren't going to do the ring hook thing.
No, that seems to be the most popular way that I see a lot of other homesteading channels harvest. To take care of the meat, keep it nice and fresh. We won't get into too much of that here on the live stream, but we will cover some of that in the video. That way, if there's some people that don't want to hear about it, at least they know on the video.
True.
Let's see here. And a plucker that automatically plucks them. We're not getting into meat chickens right now. It's not my plan. Not saying we won't down the road. So no automatic plucker. We just have to hand pluck, which takes forever. That's how I do my ducks and anything else that I harvest. Then you singe them over a torch, to get the last little few hairs off, or down feathers, everything else. Down the road, if we got into meat chickens, possibly. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm thinking our channel is probably about starting doing a little bit of a transformation. I guess that's the word I'll go with. So without getting all crazy and stuff, we all know that the world is really unpredictable right now. And I think we're starting to notice that a lot more, like a lot of people are, and focusing on. And I think we're going to start getting a little more self-sufficient here, which is going to kind of put a twist in the way we do things, a little more of that gardening, some new practices we never tried, more toward the animal stuff, more toward a little self-sufficiency. We're not going all buck wild and prepper here and doom and gloom. I have no desire for that whatsoever. But at the end of the day, the way the world works, nobody is going to think for me and Tiffany more than me and Tiffany. Nobody's got our back more than us. We love this lifestyle. Anyways, we kind of want to get more into it. I think the channel is going to start slowly doing a little more shift toward that side of things. And I think a lot of y'all completely understand it's kind of just the natural country way of living. And a lot of people are starting to do more of a worldly transition toward that because things are just so uncertain right now and crazy. At the end of the day, I got to make sure me and her's taken care of. So I think we're going to do a huge shift in focus, especially next year, on how the channel is going to do. Be a lot more DIY, a lot more self-sufficiency. I'm really wanting to kind of get into solar a little, but again, at the end of the day, I got to watch how much money we spend. We got a specific budget we're working with to make content, and time management. Oh my goodness, we got so many
Time management.
time management.
Time management.
Well, yeah. What you talking about?
Are you checking yourself?
No, I'm just saying I got more projects in time. Y'all know what I mean? Oh my goodness. But some of that stuff will be fun as well. And it makes you feel good in the day. Nothing makes me feel better than having a freezer full of food and knowing how to do a lot of these things. It's just the same as having money in the bank, so to speak.
Exactly.
That's our homesteading money in the bank, to have a freezer full of food, know how to take care of yourself, know how to grow stuff. And as the world gets crazier, well, I've got me, I've got her, we've got each other. So I think we're going to start seeing a little more shift of that. Not that our mentality hasn't always been there for that kind of stuff. We're just going to start making more content toward it, I do believe. And hopefully people want to see that side of things. Like I said, realistically, it's just kind of the way a lot of people live around here. We're just going to include more of that type of content. It's no crazy wild thinking here, nothing crazy on the channel. Lord, there's some doom and gloom channels out there. We're not going to be one of those. we're absolutely not going to do that. Let's see here. Goodness gracious, everybody is excited. Cash got on, aren't they? Cash.
What is Cash cooking tonight?
Yeah, what's Cash cooking since we're not cooking?
He probably picked something up since he had to go grocery shopping.
No, don't forget he's in California, so it's like, what is it, 2:30 there?
True.
He's getting his stuff to get ready to cook. So yeah, Cash, get everybody excited for a meal.
It's not his fault. The kids ate him out of house and home.
Yeah, well, hey, we don't have kids, but I can understand that.
Steak quesadilla.
Steak quesadillas. Oh, that does sound pretty good. You know me, I like anything Mexican food, quesadillas, tacos. Sign me up. So, Mr. Gray, thank you so very much for an extremely generous donation there. Content, he says. So, yes, we do plan on making it. And we're going to do some fun stuff. I got some really fun projects in mind. And the cool thing about this type of content that I was just talking about, some of it's very involved projects, some of it's really short to the point, but cool projects. I mean, and I should be able to get some decent content out of that. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention for this week. I did go ahead and order. I've got the flagpole on the way.
Somebody had asked what their status is on.
I've got all the flagpole stuff on the way. Thank y'all so very much for y'all's extremely generous donations, like Mr. Gray just did. Y'all 100% covered the flagpole, the flagpole light. Ruby's barking something. Now he's got bullet bark. Hey, go back to sleep. Y'all can't even see back there, it's so dark. But anyways, y'all's donations 100% is covered the flagpole. I still got to go pick up concrete and stuff, and we got to finalize the last area we're going to put it. But I'm really excited about it. It's all aluminum. It's supposed to be rated for 100-mile-an-hour winds. I can upgrade flag size versus what I got, but I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to run 2 flags or a single flag. So that's going to be a fun episode. That's something we can knock out relatively quick, and I'm excited. Looking forward to having one out there. So thank y'all so much for that. Like I told y'all, we 100% do keep track of y'all's donations and make for sure it goes toward things that y'all want it to. I'm looking forward to having that thing out there in the backyard. That's going to be awesome. And again, a big thank you to Jake for the gigantic flag that I have out in the shop. I think that's been pretty cool background in a lot of these shop
really
videos.
Neat background.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whenever people walk out there, just like, yeah, my brother-in-law and his little boy come out there last night to the shop, and Rowdy, he just stood there in front of the flag. Whoa!
Did he?
Oh, yeah, Brian.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah, Brian said he loves that flag in your shop because to a little kid walking in, that thing is just massive.
Right.
Entire walls, American flag. But he was tripping out. So thank you for that as well. Y'all been awesome. Y'all really have. Let's see what else we got going on here. By the way, what was he barking at?
I don't know.
Just stand there.
I don't even see him.
Just stand there.
So
whenever Ruger just hears something, somebody was shooting earlier, and he was just like, "What's going on? I hear somebody banging on something, but I don't see nobody." And now, the Lord knows what he hears out there right now. Let's see what else we got going on here. What else? There was a comment I missed. I was trying to find. What else do we have going on here? Everybody saying, did Mr. Doug jump on?
I looked. I don't think so. I think Kathy was just giving out her prayers to Mr. Doug. So
Oh, okay, okay.
I think
I've seen somebody say hi to Mr. Doug and a couple other people talking about Mr. Doug. So if he did jump on, man, that would be awesome. We'd love to talk to you, but I understand you've got a lot of stuff going on in your life, and it's probably not easy to make these much anymore. Let's see here. There's that darling lady just jumped on here. Hey, she says, "Happy Sunday, happy Sunday to you."
And my brother's on there, so yeah.
Awesome. Well, cool. I didn't even know that, and I was just talking about his son.
Talking about the flag.
I had no idea Brian was even on here.
Maybe you read his comments.
No, what did it say?
He's talking about how much Rowdy loved the flag.
I had no idea. That was as random as could be. I hadn't read that comment at all. I had no idea. So, well, that's funny how I talk about the story, and there he is reading it up. I had no idea. Sorry, y'all. I have to skip over so many comments sometimes because they just keep flying in here so fast. So, Cash says, question. If Miss Tiffany jumps in the Ranger, does Ruger load up, or is it just me?
Oh, yes. All the dogs load up.
Yeah, and that was funny.
Anytime they hear it crank up, they're just going right for it.
That was funny. Yesterday, we had a Catahoula Hound running out there trying to load up. We had Ruger. We had Bullet, and we had 3 people in there. That wasn't working.
All the kids were running, trying to jump in.
Yeah, everybody wanted a tour and a ride yesterday. So yes, Ruger has now fell in love with the Ranger.
That's how you're hunting the other morning.
My hunting.
Yeah.
What you mean?
About how when you crunk it up, he.
Oh yeah. So I went hunting a few times last week. Finally, I went out there way before daylight. I don't even remember what time it was in the morning. Slipped over there, got everything packed in the Ranger because I was going to go hunt a spot further back on the swamp that it's pretty good ways from here. Crunk the Ranger up. I'm letting it warm up.
Oh,
Is he?
Yeah.
All right, I'm glad to play with him in just a second. So literally, it's before daylight. He hears me crank that up, and all I hear is that barking right there from his cage. Hey,
he hears us talking about him.
Yeah, he's, hey man, why am I not on that Ranger with you? What's going on? As soon as he hears it cranks up, it doesn't matter if he's taking a nap or what. He is on the way to us. And you can hear he's out there barking like crazy right now.
He wants some attention.
Yeah, we're probably about to wrap this thing up. We're going to go out there and play with him before we lose this last little bit of daylight, try to get some energy out of him. Let's see here. Yeah, so Chad, okay, we'll wrap this up with this comment right here because it's a good one, and it's going to be another video I'm about to work on. But Chad said Longhorn Lester called a trespasser who shot on his property and went after him. The trespasser left his gun in the bushes. That's crazy. So now you got Lester that just had that happen. You got Daniel that just caught those people on camera shooting across his property and trespassing, technically shot right there across his gate. There's some wild stuff going on. People just don't have respect anymore. So one of the videos that's going to be coming up potentially this week as well, it's time to go around our property. We're going to talk about some trespassing rules because this stuff has got me fired up. I cannot stand somebody that's wanting to trespass or come fire hunt or illegally hunt on my property. You're not paying the taxes. You don't belong here. You don't need to be out here. But I've just ordered in a ton of metal no trespassing signs, and we're all going to do a little video on that. So I'm glad you brought that up. That doesn't necessarily stop somebody that's going to break the law, but it allows me to enforce the law, because I don't know how it is in your state, but we have specific spacing laws and requirements here for where signs need to be, how they intersect at corners. So we're going to do a special episode on that. And I just caught a killer deal on some metal signs on Amazon. So I was like, after seeing Daniel's video, and I didn't even know about Lester's, we're about to cover ourselves as far as the trespassing stuff goes on the property. And I'll talk about some future stuff that we're going to have going on as well, from fencing and gates and all kinds of other stuff. So, I hate to hear that. Hate to wrap the live stream up on a note like that, because there's just some crazy people in this world. Don't let me catch you trespassing on our property. We're going to go to the full extent of the law. I can't stand that. Don't do that. Don't do that, people. Respect another man and woman's property. Don't do that. Don't steal. Don't do all this crazy stuff. That stuff gets me fired up. Fired up. All right. Well, we're going to go outside and play with Ruger. I think I'm going to attempt to shove a little bit of leftovers in my face as well and eat a little supper before we lay down for bed.
Might as well.
Might as well. Thank you, everyone, for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. We hope and pray that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Please keep Mr. Doug in your thoughts and prayers if you would. And to all of our family watching, we enjoyed having you here yesterday. Yeah. Hopefully y'all enjoyed being here as well. And to our YouTube family, again, thanks for spending that Sunday afternoon with us. Thank you very much for the people that just made some very generous donations. Yes, we truly do appreciate all of you. We'll catch y'all next week. We'll try to get back to normal outside, do a little cooking for you. Y'all take care.
Good night.
See ya.